All right, guys, back again. We finally got Nick back on a podcast. Finally,
Oh.
episode 25 is brought to you by our friends at Fantasy Stand. Go follow them on Instagram and sign up for weekly fantasy games. Tonight we have a very special guest. We got Stephon the Surgeon Morris, 4-1, 3 KOs. He's coming up to Philly to fight on the Tony Jeter promotions card April 24th at our 2300 Arena. First off, Stephon, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you guys for having me once again. Appreciate it.
Of course, man. Thank you. So first, why don't you let everybody know where are you from?
South Baltimore, born, West Baltimore raised. I don't even really know how to, cause it's tough, man. It's tough for me because I ain't been in interviews a long time, but
That's all good.
Fighting out of Baltimore, Maryland. I don't really. So different. Got me on camera too.
That's all good. It's all good. All right,
The spotlight's
cool.
back, Stephon.
Yeah, no.
I'm used to just being in the gym and punching stuff, so now I gotta,
no, it's all good. So what age you start boxing at?
I actually started boxing late, man. I started boxing around like 18, 19.
Okay.
I was in school. I did every other sport I could. I wrestled, lacrosse, track, football. I just was an all around athlete, and I didn't come across boxing until after I was my senior year in school, and I was actually in the state championship wrestling qualifier tournament or something like that, and I tore MCL, and that like up a lot of things for me. I had to get a couple surgeries, and it was like my dreams of just playing football just was going downhill, and it was like I didn't want to give up on my dreams of being an athlete, so I stayed in the gym, and I tried the school thing for as long as I could, and with that, I somehow I don't know how I found my way in the boxing gym one day, and my dad was just like asking me. He actually seen a clip of me boxing at like a house party and was like, "You want to come to the boxing gym?" I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" And I wound up liking it. So the rest is just like from there on out. I just started finding amateur fights every here and there. We go down because I actually got my first amateur fight on the Tony Jeter show.
Oh, wow.
Down in Millersville back in like 2013 or 14. It was in the middle of the night. He had like 40 people on the card, so it was crazy, but I fell in love with it from that first moment, and it was something that I knew I loved what I was doing since then.
All right, cool. Yeah, no, and that whole injury thing, that sounds like Nick. Nick had an awful injury in high school. He snapped his leg when he was playing goalie in back in high school. He had multiple surgeries. Crazy.
Yeah, it's my claim to fame.
Yeah.
That's how everybody knows me. Nah. Who to do with the leg?
It's the guy with the leg. Yes, so my next question I got for you is one of my favorite ones. Because we get a lot of cool answers from the pro boxers and all. So why don't you talk about amateurs? What was your overall record, some of your achievements? And lastly, when did you know that you were ready to go pro?
So when I first started boxing, I told my dad I wasn't going to be amateur longer than 2 or 3 years, and he kind of looked at it like, all right, well, we'll see where you at in 2 years. And I think at the first year I missed the Golden Glove, so the next year we went through, and I made it to the finals, and I lost. I fought the kid Malik Titus. He's a great competitor. And then I made it there again a second time, and it was like after those 2 times I made it back to back. It was like, all right, that was enough for me. I felt like I had enough. I seen everything I needed to see as an amateur, and it was something about the 2 years for me. I felt like it was enough for me. I was at I think I had 30 fights, somewhere around 27 or 26 wins, 3 or 4 losses. all losses that I remember came by way of tournaments. I lost 2 times in the Golden Gloves, the 2 years in the state finals, and then I had like a few losses, like one in Hagerstown, and then another one out of town. When you fight people in certain places, you get in those fights where you got to beat the judges, and it happens to the best of us. It's learning experiences, but I felt like by me already coming in the game at a, I guess at a I don't want to say old, but just I already felt like I was already a step behind a lot of people. I felt like I needed to I guess have a learning curve. I want to say where a lot of people feel. How do I want to put it? Because when I get out there to fight opponents and test people, I don't get the same luxury a lot of people get when they come out there as kids and they can trial and error. They can go out there and learn as they go type of thing. When I learn something in the gym and I go out there and I gotta practice what I learn and I gotta execute it. I can't mess up and come and go and learn as I go like I could have if I started at a younger age. So it's just I feel like my window of opportunity for success and failure is just a little bit different at the older age.
All right, cool. Yeah, awesome answer. Great. So I do want to fast forward a little bit. So so this is also one of my favorite questions to show boxers are human or maybe you hide your feelings pretty good. But let's talk about your pro debut. You did make it in your hometown, Baltimore, Maryland versus Casanova Brooks. It was a second round knockout. But prior to the fight, how nervous were you, or was it everyday business for you?
I still get nervous for the fight. So with that, it's like it's nerves in a sense. I'm comfortable and confident in my ability and what I know I can do, but it's just the excitement and all on what I want to give my fans and what everybody coming to see me do and display. I know I want to give everybody the best show I can, and just me wanting to do that is like that runs my nerves high. Like I'll get high anxiety from that.
Yeah.
Like my nerves will run bad. But other than that, for the debut, I was sold on getting them out of there early. We was there for a good time, not a long time.
I know, yeah. I mean, it seemed like it was easy work because it was a second round knockout. So that was awesome. And then for those watching, also a cool note about Stephon's pro debut. Also another kid that made his pro debut. The Philly people saw him fight February 6th up here on Rodney Rice's card. Sharif Rahman also made his pro debut. Also the son of the former heavyweight champ that upsetted Lennox Lewis as well in the 90s. So that's a awesome thing. Yeah. Did you have any type of interactions with him on that night or nah?
Yeah, we actually had a I want to say after that fight we did I had a training camp out in Vegas with them for a card that I was on where I fought for my fourth fight. I fought a guy out of DC. I was out in Las Vegas at this training camp. Me, Sharif Rodman, Hassim Rodman's younger brother.
Yes.
It was quite a few. It was quite a few on my day. It was a decent training camp. I actually got to be around some exceptional talent. And they we flew. We went a few places when I was in Las Vegas. I was just soaking up the vibe and just. I'm such a gym head. Like when I got out there, the first thing I wanted to do is I want to see a gym. I want to see this. I want to see that. So when I got out there, I was just so excited to be in the atmosphere and being around everything. I was just enjoying the atmosphere. Like I said, being around good work.
Yeah. Was that at the Mayweather gym at that time? Because I know that he was a Mayweather fighter, but were you working out at the Mayweather gym at that time, or was it another gym in Vegas?
So when we had plans on stopping out there when I went out there, but my trip actually got cut short. I was training for another card. It was if I'm not mistaken, it was a card that was on the workings for the MGM Grand
Okay.
up in DC that I was supposed to be in talks with getting placed on. And the issue, I had to come home early because my father had got sick. He was terminally ill, and that actually cut my whole training camp short because my father was my coach. On my way home, my father passed away. My grandmother passed away. I lost 2 gym members that trained with me. A fighter that trained alongside me as a brother, and another fighter that I trained as well as somebody I looked at as a brother, but a student to the game as well. So it was just a rough time for me. I got pulled off the card. A few months went by. I didn't fight, and it was just it was hard for me to really get back to it after that.
God, yes, I'm sorry to hear that. That is terrible.
Yeah,
But I
man, that's
guess
awful.
life sucks, and there's like a lot of ups and downs. So I mean, you can only go up high from here now. Yeah, but that's awful that you had to go through that though, man. That's brutal. All right, so let's up. So like me, Nick, and a lot of the boxing fans here in Philly, we actually love the blue collar guy or the guys that work and also have boxing on the side. So I know that you're a worker, so why don't you let everybody know what you do, and then also like
Uh,
all the pros and cons, or like maybe the grind where like you're working a full day, and then like on top of that, you also got to put that work in the gym too.
Man, me, so a typical day, get up 6, 7 in the morning. Me and my fiance, she got work. We both get out the house. I take the kids. Me and my youngest son, my baby boy, he comes to the gym with me. I call him Coach. That's Coach D. He comes to my gang. So I get to the gym around like 7, 8, and I'm there. I'll probably coach for like 7 to 8, and then I'm in there training from 8 to 9, 9 to 10. And I'll train someone else from maybe 10 or 11, and then I got the rest of the day until 3 or 4 to myself. I'll work out, and then any amateurs coming out, I train them, and then I'll go to work. I work UPS. I'm a supervisor in the unload department in the building. I pretty much just make sure all the packages throughout the day so that get left behind get shipped out. It's easy work, but it's just taxing on the body to have to do
Yeah.
that from the gym. It's brutal, but I like it because it's like extra cardio for me. So I just look at it like when I get in there, like, man, but if I do this, I don't gotta run these extra miles later. I can maybe slack off around the jump rope. So yeah. Yeah, it's pros, and they might be the only pros and cons. So I can eat candy here and there because I know I get a little bit of extra calories burnt from my job. So
All
it's
right,
cool.
cool. Yeah. So I definitely have to ask this because he is a hell of a guy. Ever since I've had the pleasure to talk to him and stuff, and I usually talk to him a few times a week. But what's your relationship with Tony Jeter as a friend and also as like a business person too?
Tony Jeter, he's definitely growing on me as a person. I've always had a outside looking in type of relationship dealing with him because like I said, my father was he was my manager. He did a lot of the business side. I never had to do anything besides hit a bag. So I've seen him deal and do business with people, and seeing the relationships and the way he built with some people, you can kind of see the how some people are genuine, some people aren't, some people just it's just boxing a grimy game, and it can be as greasy
Oh yeah.
as you can think. Any is the way I will put it is whenever anybody asks me, is grimy or sleazy as you think somebody can be in boxing, it can be. Don't put it
Yeah.
past. I wouldn't give everybody that jacket to say everybody's a bad person, but I wouldn't put it past anybody to become or be a bad person depending on the situation. So with that being said, whenever I meet somebody or see somebody that appears to be genuine or is giving me
Right.
that type of vibe of good energy, I like to feed off that energy and just give more energy and spread that good. I mean, if I can spread what I'm feeling with you and we can grow off that, that's all that really matters to me. So
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I mean, even like outside of boxing and stuff too, like I get like a pretty good read and vibe of like people, and like if I don't like the vibes, or like if I feel like something ain't right, then I'm not gonna do like business with them and all too. Yeah, I mean, like I'm totally the same way, but like I feel like that you're going to be in good hands with Tony. Like that guy loves boxing, and he truly cares about the fighters and all. Like he was giving me like all the scouting reports and stuff, and even like just talking you guys up and how like you're great people and all. So you're definitely in great hands with Tony and all, for
Well,
sure.
the one thing about Tony that I can say from the outside looking in, of course, that I can say just about that not about a lot of promoters. He's been punched in the face before.
Right,
He
exactly.
knows what it feels like. He knows exactly what we got to go through dealing with the weigh-ins, dealing with the promoters, dealing with everything we got to deal with as a fighter. So
Hmm.
I understand that he should have a good understanding of my perspective. I should trust him as a promoter.
Right,
He had my best interest.
exactly.
Mm.
All right, cool. So obviously, the whole pandemic sucked. It probably slowed down trying to get a
Still
couple
sucks.
fights in yeah, I know it sucks still. But like you were probably trying to get a couple fights, last year and all. But of course, on a positive, you are coming up here to Philly. So what are you looking forward to on April 24th? Because you've been out of the ring for a couple years and all, but like
Yeah,
like how
yeah,
yeah, but like how excited are you to come up here?
man. I don't think words can explain how excited am. I've been waiting a long time. I'm just going. I'm gonna let my hands do the talking. April 24th when I come up there, I'm gonna put on a great display because I know my fans been waiting to see as much as I've been waiting to display. So I don't really know. I don't have much to talk about when it comes to me fighting. I just can't wait to do it. And like you said, it has been a while. It's been a little layoff, but uh, good things come to those who wait. Patience is a virtue, type of thing.
Yes,
I like
sir.
I like to be. What's the word I'm looking for right now?
Of
It's gonna
course,
take
yeah.
me
Yeah.
when
And like obviously, like as like crazy as it sounds for someone like for me and Nick, but like when you get punched, or like getting a jab to the face or body, you feel just right.
that's the best part of my day. I tell people all the time, punch. That's how you get them.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And then also like I know you haven't been to the arena yet, but it's an awesome venue for boxing. It's actually one of our best venues here in Philly. And then also, if you're like a wrestling fan, that's like where the ECW used to have all like their stuff. So you might see some like broken furniture or something in the locker room, maybe that's left over. All
Yeah,
right, so cool. So I got some.
that's dope. Actually was I said I actually was doing some research into the arena. I seen that it was the ECW wrestling arena. I wanted to. It might actually be the biggest arena I've fought in yet. So
Yeah.
that's actually something I'm excited to see how it holds the fan base, and it's going to be different because I don't know how the arena is going to hold the people because I know I'm not sure of the capacity that it can hold with the pandemic.
Yeah,
Um,
I think like 200, 250, maybe 300. We're at like I mean, don't quote me, but I
50%.
think we're at like 15% for
so have
indoors.
either
Yeah.
so have either of you guys been to a boxing show or an event there with
Yes.
the crowd the way it is? How
Yeah,
is
we were just there last month.
really?
Yeah, we were there for cage fighting, and then I've been going there for pro boxing. So like I'm sure you've heard of the fighter, but I've seen Dylan Price fight
Mhm.
fight there. And then I've been to a couple other shows there, and like it's like kind of like a dinner and a show setup where like there's like
Yeah,
tables, and then there's four people at each table. It's like so weird instead of just having the seats in the rows, but like all
yeah.
the tables are like 6 feet apart. So like it's like kind of cool. I guess.
Yeah, and that's kind of when I was looking at the seating, I kind of figured it would be nice. You know, my fiance going to be there, so I'm hoping she's going to have a good seat there. So after the fight, I can come somewhere, have somewhere to sit. You know, nice.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in all honesty, there's really not a bad seat in the place.
For the rest of the fights with the rest of the people.
Yeah. Of course. All right. So I have a couple fun questions, and I'm gonna pass it over to Nick. So I've been asking a lot of the Baltimore and like the Maryland area guys this, and if
my
you
favorite
have a
part.
different team, that's totally fine. So we need to know what your alliance is. Being from Baltimore, are you 100% Baltimore Ravens, or are you Washington football?
Oh no, 100% Baltimore Ravens. I thought you was gonna. I grew up an Eagles fan though, so
All right.
Oh, nice. Okay.
No more though.
Yeah, I'm all
Nah, the
Baltimore.
Eagles are ruined for the next five years. We're screwed.
Don't talk about it.
Yeah, no, that's a sore subject for Nick. All right, and then let's see what else I got for you. Oh, okay, cool. This is also a fun one that I asked. So it doesn't have to be in any order, but name your top 5 fighters right now in the Maryland, D.C., and Virginia area.
All of them got to be from this area.
You're muted, Joe.
Yeah, I'm muted. Yeah. So
It's his first time.
yeah, so it's the top 5 fighters in this area. No, in your area, and they don't have to be in any type of order.
Jeez, that's tough. Top 5. Oh no. I guess that Tank, Truck, Dime.
You got the Gary Russell family.
Yeah, Gary Russell. He that's a bad man.
Yeah.
But
And
I
then
like
you got
definitely like Mr. Russell.
yeah. And then you got Jared Hurd, if you want to put him up there.
See, but they more DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. That's why when you said that, the first 3 came to mind was Tank, Truck, and See, different for me because as an amateur, I competed as a heavyweight.
Yeah.
And now fight around welter, like super middleweight. Yeah. So my gauge on how people fight and the way people fight is a lot different. And I tend to have the unpopular opinion when it comes to a lot of people's fighting styles and stuff. So
gotcha.
But no. I do like quite a few fighters from the area though.
All right. And then I got a final 2. So obviously you're coming up here to Philly, and I'll let you know who some of the fighters have said is their favorite Philly fighter. But who's your current favorite Philly fighter to watch right now that is fighting on TV?
I would have to say Tevin Farmer, the first one come to mind.
Tev, okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, so everyone's been saying Boots, but Boots is a bad man, but Tev's...
I fought on a card with Boots before, and I don't know why he didn't come to mind. He tough, though. He is tough.
He is so aggressive. He's like a different breed, and he's actually better than all of his older brothers, too, which is crazy. Yeah, I'm actually going to see Boots tomorrow night. So he's actually going to do the commentating at the boxing event that I'm going to be going to at the 2300 Arena. So Boots will be in the building tomorrow night.
That boxing, I'm trying to think of somebody that might be fighting on that card, but I don't think that's in Philly, the card.
Okay. Well, actually, Sharif Rahman's fighting in 2 weeks because Dylan Price is having a main event at the 2300 Arena, and he's actually coming up to Sharif Rahman's coming up to Philly to fight on that card. Are you thinking of Dante Cox?
That might, yeah, that
yes.
might.
So he's actually coming up to fight tomorrow to fight Nahir Albright, who we had on the podcast. He's 10-1, and Dante Cox is 6-1. So that should be a pretty good fight tomorrow night. Yeah.
Okay, that's a nice step up fight too.
Oh yeah. The both of them are great fighters. So Albright lost his first fight on his pro debut, but he's won ever since. And then Cox, I read, is a power puncher, so I'm very excited to see it. That's actually the co-main event. So I'm
Yeah.
really, really looking forward to seeing that one tomorrow night. Yeah.
And I might have to get out of my town and come up there and check out some pro fights.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, like, yeah, they've been putting a lot of good cards up here, so it's actually been cool to see and all.
Really, it's just been tough for us. I mean, me and my camp, we've been training and working every day. Is just finding the fight venues wherever they are. If we can find.
I know. Yeah, it's just honestly been crazy because I even see at the weigh-ins, like these guys aren't making weight, and then like a lot of their cards are like shut down or like they don't show up the day of the fight. Like it's just been, I've heard nothing but horror stories since 2020 and even into now that people aren't making weight and shit. It's just crazy. It's nuts.
You could only imagine, but then it's like the unprofessionalism that some people bring with the sport. It's just I don't want to speak for nobody else, but I know I couldn't imagine bringing that to what I do. But everybody don't look at it like that. For some people, it's just a paycheck, and for some, it's what they love to do. So,
exactly.
You know, the last thing I'm gonna say is, out of everything you could choose to do, why get punched in the face? It's things that you could do to get paid for, and
yeah,
that's
crazy.
My son just moved up.
Get him on the podcast.
There he is. There he is.
Let's go.
Coach.
There's Coach.
Coach.
What's up, Coach? How's Dad going to do April 24th?
That's funny.
I'm surprised he ain't swinging on nothing to fight.
That's so funny.
Got some baby.
That's funny.
Not to fight.
That's awesome, man.
So my last question I got for you, I know we got like nine minutes left. But my last question I got for you. So if me and Nick are coming up to Baltimore, what is one spot that we gotta eat at?
Ain't nobody go up to Baltimore, Joe.
It's down. Sorry about. I know. Down. Jeez. You know, it's late into the night and all I'm drinking is water. Sorry.
Where to send them to, baby? What they got to eat? What they got to try?
I don't know.
Man.
They got to get some vegan food.
Oh, some vegan food. Definitely
They got to get some vegan food.
Okay.
Vegan food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From a city of cheesesteaks.
Yeah, I know.
Plant-based diet. I don't eat meat. It's been 10 years since I ate any meat.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All
Man, I
right.
don't know if I want, if y'all want kind of hand be eating trees and cauliflower and shit. We can go somewhere and get something good and greasy. I know where they make good crab cakes and crab tops.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm talking
Cool.
about.
Yeah, I'm a big crab cake guy, so perfect. All right, cool. All right, Nick. I think you got like eight minutes. So,
That's all right, dude. I'm used to this by now. You take all my time.
I know. I'm like such a big talker. Sorry about that.
No, I'm just kidding. So, Stephon, I know you were mentioning about your father and things like that. Was he in your corner for all of your fights?
Yeah, so the thing with me and my dad is it was hilarious because we used to actually like fuss a lot because we used to have that like I guess I was just more stubborn because he was a great coach, but it was like I felt like he overstepped boundaries as my coach being my dad, and it's hard to deviate between the two when you're being my coach and when you're being my dad. Sometimes you want to be both, but it's hard to be both without being contradictory. So it's just, I mean, I think he did a great job, and then I didn't realize until he was gone how much he really did. So it was just any dad son duo out there, just stick through it. I know it may seem hard, but trust me, it's worth it. And I didn't realize how much I needed my dad until I had my sons, and I seen how much like they need me just on a daily basis, and just understanding how my father was doing so much for me, and now having to do all those things and being that businessman now, it's just like life came back full circle for me, and I'm glad to say I had him to do a lot of those things for me, where I could see him do it, and it's easy to lead by example.
No, for sure. I was wondering, because I'm real big into MMA, and that's how me and Joe kind of linked up. He was like real big into boxing. I'm real big into MMA, and when I was watching Khabib, I don't know if you're familiar. I don't know if you watch MMA or anything, but I was watching Khabib versus Justin Gaethje, and when Khabib's father passed away, he just said he couldn't do it no more. So it's kind of like you're living, you're fighting still through your dad and with your dad still. How's it going to be? Is this going to be your first fight without him in your corner, or?
No, so I actually took a fight, right? And that's what I was just talking to him about. I took a fight right after the passing of my dad, and I took a terrible L, but I think the lesson I got from it was a lot better than anything, and I think it made me fearless as well, because I mean, no fighter wants to lose, but the way I lost, how I lost, and when I lost, it was just, I felt like everything stacked on, or one on top of the other.
Right.
What I didn't want to happen, and it happened. So it's like I said, it made me fearless, and there's nothing you can put in front of me now. Like, oh, well, this can happen in the fight. All right, well, I mean, worse happened to me before, so that's why.
Yeah, I was actually watching a video of you fighting a guy named, where's it at? Brian Stevens, and your style is actually incredible to watch. It's very fan friendly. What fans want to watch and want to see. What can we expect on April 24th? I know you probably can't name an opponent yet. Do you have an opponent? I guess you can answer that. And what can we expect on April 24th?
I'm looking to land some big punches. Let's just hope. Yeah.
Do you have an opponent yet?
Yeah, we got an opponent. We got everything. Everything is on right now. Everything's on paper. We gonna get. I'm gonna get all the medicals and everything else finalized tomorrow. So we should be right on track to getting everything done. The only thing we're waiting for now is, to my knowledge, just the weigh-in.
Awesome, man. That's good to hear.
Is
it a Philly guy?
Yeah.
Nice. Dude, I called this from the moment we interviewed our first Baltimore fighter. Baltimore's fighting Philly, because I guarantee that's what's happening.
Yeah.
It's the only way to do it.
It tends to be like that because it's easier for promoters to find and get fighters whenever you do A and B sides. If you gotta it cuts costs. It cuts costs if you're getting a fighter from where you fighting them at.
Absolutely.
And then if they get me to be the A side, but from out of town, and then you make them sell tickets, that's how they make their money back. It's
right. It's all about getting ticket sales and getting fighters to sign a dotted line. That's all it is.
That's the part nobody wants to really hear about, but
Nah, so, dude, you seem like an honest person. Don't hold back. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
So you said your fiance is going to be in the stands, right?
Yeah.
How does she feel about when you step into the ring? Is she more nervous than you, or is she?
I nervous. I do not want to see him get hit.
It's her first time seeing me fight.
Oh, really?
She hasn't seen me fight. She broke up with me when we was little kids. So yeah, she broke up with me when we was little kids. So when I met back up with her, I proposed to her. Now we getting married, but it's crazy.
Lock her in.
Yeah, she actually though, we was just talking about it. She seen me because what was it? I was on the news for boxing. She said she was telling me, yeah, she wanted to be mad at me because I was on the news for boxing. But I wanted the box to get her attention. She was just being mean to me. But we're married now, so it worked out for the good, for the best.
It's all good. It's funny how life works, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I have a couple more questions. So after this fight, hopefully you get a big time W after your long layoff. Obviously you've been putting in work for the past 3-4 years. I don't know how long the layoff's been, but what are your goals for 2021? How many times would you like to fight?
I would like to fight this year 6 times.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, 6 times this year.
All right.
These are the opponents. I would like to fight 6 times this year.
Okay.
I got dreams and goals, and I see so many people that, and I guess it's more or less just me knowing what I'm capable of doing with my dream and what I can do is. I see. I don't even know how to put it. It's just work to be done, and if you take the time, trust your process, and you do the work, I just feel like everything will come back full circle, and the universe has been showing me and blessing me in those ways, and I'm confident to keep doing that. So I'm just going to double down on on applying that pressure to my dreams, and if I get them 6 fights this year, hopefully we can try. I talked to Tony about it. Hopefully we can set something up. Maybe I can get me a UBO title in ABF, something like that. Give me a regional title, set something up. Make some bigger plans. Cause before I didn't even really get to say I didn't want to be a boxer. I grew up like MMA, kind of like you did, and I with the wrestling background, had I not tore my MCL, that's probably what I would have done.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. I'm looking forward to watching you fight. I can't wait for you guys to come up here. I'm looking forward to meeting you in person. I wish you nothing but the best of luck. April 24th. Hope you get the W. And you're coming to the right place to trust the process, baby.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining. We really appreciate it, and we'll have to link up for pictures and stuff afterwards.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. You guys gotta let me know so I'm in Philly to come up there and celebrate after the win.
Yes, sir.
Of course, man. All right, cool. Thank you, Stephon.
All right, thank you guys. Definitely a pleasure.
All right, cool.